Hi, I'm Dori Borjesson, Dean of the Washington State University College of Veterinary Medicine, and I want to welcome you to our 2021 celebration of Cougs Give. This is my first WSU Coug Day, Giving Day, but I'm a strong believer in philanthropy, and I've learned that Cougs Give is all about expanding, sharing, and celebrating the impact of donor and alumni support. The importance of private support has never been more apparent, and I personally stand behind this year's theme of Cougs Help Cougs. In the past year, I've seen the power of the Cougar family to provide for students, maintain our land grant mission, and support Washington's communities. And during this time, I'm especially proud to be part of a college where scientists work on innovative solutions to address global infectious disease challenges. At this morning's event, you'll hear directly from faculty and students from the Paul G. Allen School for Global Health and learn about some exciting ways you can support the research, programs, and experiences that set our programs apart. So please join me in welcoming Allen School Director, Dr. Tom Kawula, for the latest on this topic.
Thank you, Dori, and thank you also to the Foundation for giving us the opportunity to share some of the highlights from the College of Vet Medicine and the Allen School faculty and staff and student participation in the Rabies Free Africa campaign. We're going to focus on that this morning. I suspect that most of you are aware that probably roughly 60,000 human cases of rabies occur each year, essentially all of which are fatal. And most of these human cases are in remote, resource-poor communities in Asia and Africa, communities that have very little access to animal and human health care. The Allen School is leading a program that's dedicated to the elimination of human rabies on the African continent by the year 2030, also known as 0 by 30. So we participate in this campaign at two different levels. One is working with local governments and communities to vaccinate domestic dogs, which we know are the reservoir for and the primary source of human rabies infections. But perhaps more importantly, we use these vaccination campaigns to conduct research activities to develop strategies that will make it possible to achieve the levels of immunity that are required to achieve the goal of effectively eliminating the risk of human rabies in the human populations. So instead of listening to me as the director drone on, I think it would be much more interesting for you to hear about some of the people on the ground that are actually conducting this work and this research. And so it's my pleasure to introduce to all of you Dr. Felix Lankester, who is an associate professor with the Allen School. Felix leads our Rabies Free Tanzania campaign and also leads a complex research program on the development of effective vaccination strategies for rural communities in Western Tanzania. You're going to learn from Felix about some of these strategies that are being tested, and you're also going to learn about important contributions that graduate students make to this very important research. Felix?
Thank you, Tom. Hi, my name's Felix Lankester, and I'm an associate professor of epidemiology at the School for Global Health. I'm also a director of the Rabies Free Africa program, an organization, as Tom has described, that's working towards the elimination of human rabies across the African continent. And to do this, we carry out research programs that are investigating ways of making the mass vaccination of dogs against rabies more cost effective. And by that, I mean, how do we vaccinate more dogs against rabies at less cost? A really challenging problem, given that we are working in remote areas of Africa where many dogs roam freely and where regular veterinary clinics are not available and people cannot afford to vaccinate their dogs. One really interesting development that is helping us monitor how well we are doing in this is a digital facial recognition technology for use in domestic dogs that we have co-developed at Washington State University. The technology allows vaccinators to take photos of dogs that they have vaccinated with their cell phones. And in this way, they are able to recognize which dogs they have and which dogs they have not vaccinated without the use of expensive microchips. It's a super exciting development and is the first time facial recognition has been used in dogs and the first time it's been used in animals to control a disease. The technology, which has been funded through a grant from the National Institutes of Health, is currently being used in the field by our graduate students who are carrying out their PhD studies on rabies with Washington State University and Rabies Free Africa. To describe some of this work in more detail, I'd like to now pass you over to Dr. Ahmed Lugalo, a veterinarian and a Washington State University grad student who is coordinating our rabies elimination research program in northern Tanzania. So over to you, Dr. Lugalo.
Thank you, Felix. Rabies is still a major public health problem in Africa, and in Tanzania, it is estimated that about 1,500 people die of rabies every year. I've been working in the rabies project for 7 years now. And during my time working in the rabies project, I've noted some of the challenges that hinders the implementation of large-scale vaccination program. One of these challenges is the inability to target hard-to-reach areas because in those areas, the cold chain infrastructure does not exist. Before I got my PhD scholarship, I had a dream that my future work will not be just a paper sitting in the shelf, but a work that will help to contribute solving some of these challenges. In 2017, I got a PhD scholarship from WSU through Rabies Free Africa program. As part of this sponsorship, I've been able to develop low-tech cooling device for storage of thermotolerant rabies vaccine. The device does not use electric power, and a single unit can be produced at a cost of $11. The device is called Z-Pot. It has been tested under field condition, and it has shown to perform well. Through this device, we've been able to launch a large-scale vaccination campaign across the Mara region in Tanzania. From the beginning of this program, I've been working hand in hand with the Ministry of Livestock Development. And so far, the results that are coming are promising, and the ministry is considering scaling up this model to other parts of the country. So this work has really contributed much in the rabies control effort in Tanzania. Thank you, Felix.
Thank you, Ahmed. That was great to hear from you, and great to hear how the work that you're carrying out in the field is going to have an impact on so many people's lives. And I completely agree with you that it's really rewarding to be able to do some research that isn't just going to be another article in a paper that's going to sit on a shelf, but is actually going to be applied and really have an impact on people's lives. And so it's fantastic to see the progress that you and your teams are making across northern Tanzania to really make rabies history. So great, congratulations. And so with that, I'd like to now pass over to Professor Guy Palmer from Rabies Free Africa and the School for Global Health.
Thank you, Felix, and good morning, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. It's been incredible, I think, this morning to hear about the innovation that Dr. Lankester has talked about, but also to understand the implementation of this innovation. As they've said, it doesn't sit on the shelf, it affects lives on a daily basis. Our goal from day one, when we founded Rabies Free Africa, is not one more child should suffer and die because of rabies. Together with all of our supporters, we're beginning to meet that goal and have made progress year after year. The innovation would not be possible without the private support of our many donors. This ranges from pharmaceutical companies, Merck, MSD Animal Health, which have continuously over the years supported us with vaccines to carry out our projects, especially from the very many veterinary clinics throughout the state of Washington, the Pacific Northwest, and throughout the United States that have supported us by donating funds from each rabies vaccination they give to make sure that this extends to those poorer, more rural communities where rabies continues to be such a problem. I'd also like to thank our individual donors. I don't need to call them out by name. They know the amazing work they've done for us because they've really catalyzed this change that we're seeing today. And finally, I'd like to thank VCA animal hospitals and VCA charities for their support as well. And with that, I'd really like to turn it over to Christy Cotterell to talk about our Rabies Free Africa program and how you can continue to help us support this program. So Christy.
Thank you, Guy. I'm Christy Cotterell. Thank you all for joining us this morning in celebration of the Allen School and Rabies Free Africa. It is my great honor to work for a cause that is so important to WSU, our region, and the world. As we have seen over the past year, a better understanding of zoonotic infectious diseases is critical to prevent and manage pandemics. Our faculty are engaged in important research around the world. Beyond research, we are creating opportunities for students like Ahmed, who you heard from a few minutes ago, to build skills and work in an interdisciplinary manner. This is important as solutions that will create real change come about when multiple aspects of a problem are understood. Students may specialize in zoonotic disease transmission, but if they understand how economics and culture are at play in communities, they come up with more comprehensive solutions. Today, we celebrate the incredible generosity of WSU alumni and friends. Thank you to all of you who already made a gift in support of our programs today. We have generous donors who have graciously made a challenge available. If we get 50 gifts to Rabies Free Africa or the Allen School Graduate Education Fund today, $50,000 will be unlocked for our program. This means your gift of any amount can help realize additional $50,000 for our programs. In addition to the challenge, we also have a special opportunity for anyone who gives today. 6 of our faculty members at the Allen School have agreed to meet one-on-one with you, our donors. Everyone who makes a gift will be included in a drawing, and winners will have a chance to visit individually with some of our faculty. Thank you to Pilar Fernandez, Bonnie Gunn, Felix Lankester, Michael Letko, Shanti Manian, and Sylvia Amulo for participating. The link to the Allen School page for Cougs Give will be included in the chat. If you have any questions about how to make a gift today, I or anyone on the development team are happy to provide assistance. Next, I would like to introduce a special video created by the WSU Alumni Association.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Pavish, Executive Director of the WSU Alumni Association. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you today during Cougs Give, a time to celebrate the impact of alumni and donor support. Throughout the WSU system, our Cougar family is coming together to advance the scholarships, programs, and research that set WSU apart. I can't imagine a better day to formally adopt some of our closest faculty, staff, and supporters who exhibit genuine loyalty and affection for Washington State University and fully recognize and understand that special allegiance known as Cougar Spirit, but are not WSU alumni. It is my pleasure to present an adopted Cougar Award and annual membership in the WSU Alumni Association to Dr. Tom Kawula. I have learned that Tom grew up in Moscow, and he and his wife Carol are both graduates of the University of Idaho. Although he spent the majority of his career at the University of North Carolina's medical school, the call from the Palouse brought him home again in 2016 to take on the role of director of the Paul G. Allen School for Global Animal Health. Tom wholeheartedly embraced his position and has continued to propagate the Cougar spirit whenever possible. He wears the crimson and gray proudly, whether he is in the halls of Congress or visiting a rural community in Tanzania. Even remotely connected Allen School associates are outfitted with Cougar shirts, hats, scrubs, pins, you name it. He makes a point to ensure that they know they represent WSU.
Congratulations, Tom. Congratulations, Tom, and welcome to the group.
Congratulations, Tom, and all the best in your new adventure.
Congratulations, Tom. So exciting. Hey, Tom, I'm so happy that you answered the call and you are with us here at WSU. What a great honor, and go Cougs.
Hi, Tom.
Dori and I are really proud that you evolved from being a vandal to a Tar Heel and now an avid forever Cougar. Thanks for your achievements at the Allen School and the university.
Congratulations, Tom.
Congratulations, Tom. How wonderful that you're being recognized for your pursuit of goodness and excellence and all you do for WSU. Well done.
Dr. Tom Kawula, you are an excellent advocate for WSU. You have shown what it means to be a Cougar. We are proud to have you as a member of the WSU family. On behalf of the WSU Alumni Association and the university, congratulations.
Well, now I might cry. That was a total surprise. I mean, total surprise. I was expecting a completely different video that I don't know what. I am so honored. I am so very honored. And I wish I could have deleted a couple of those pictures, but I don't know, I'll wear that old mustache with pride as best I can. It is such a great honor to be with you all. One of the things that I learned from day one was how special the alumni of WSU are. I have never been so graciously welcomed into a place as I have with the alumni here at WSU. Everywhere I go, it's the warmth, the compassion, and the excellence of the community is just something that I am just so very happy to be a part of. I can't thank you enough for this honor. It's a great honor, and I will wear it with pride. Thanks so much.
Tom, congratulations. You're the perfect new Coug. I'm very excited to have you in the Cougar family. I am also have been overwhelmed by the spirit of this place. It's a very unusual place to be, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm very proud of our college and the Allen School for Global Health in particular. This year has taught us so much about connectedness. I think it would be hard for us not to understand the power of our connection with our local community, with our global community. And that's been an important lesson from this year. So I'm grateful for that lesson. We need to do more research that matters. You guys do that wonderfully. And then translate that research, right, to direct extension outreach to our local and our global community. The Allen School has been so engaged in all of that this year. I look forward to a time when I can meet the friends of this college and the Allen School in the coming year. I have met some of you all, but I would love to meet you all in person. Can't wait to do that. So thank you all for what you do for our college, and go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.